Welcome back to another episode of your favorite student-run sports show. I'm Mark Rizzio, and this is T360. I'm joined, as always, by my co-hosts Brad Barlow and Alan Gaines. What's going on today, guys?
Not much, and sorry about your Mets there, buddy, but I'm sure you're happy that they even got this far.
Well, it was a great ride. I enjoyed the season.
Yeah, it was a rough World Series, but, it's good to see the Mets are finally a dominant force in the league again. So today we're mixing things up a little bit on T360, and we're just having a classic debate between the three of us. So, with the NBA season underway, we're putting ourselves in the shoes of an NBA GM. So, if you guys were starting a team, who is the superstar that you first pick for your team?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Stephen Curry, guys. I mean, Steph Curry is your prototypical point guard. He could pass, dribble, and shoot. I mean, this guy fills the stat sheet up. He can go on fire at any moment of the game. And honestly, if I'm a GM and I'm starting my squad, I'd pick him first all the way.
He does a lot of things for you. He also provides that role model in the community that people will look at with positive reinforcement, stuff like that. But I'd have to choose Russell Westbrook. As the face of my franchise, I want someone who can drop a double-double almost every night and a triple-double at least once a week to hang his hat on. I really enjoy Westbrook's attitude. I feel as if it adds so much to the team to have that fiery personality. He dunks and he's flexing on everybody. I really enjoy the way he plays the game.
I got to show the King some love, though, guys. Talking about LeBron James. You see what this guy brings to his team? It's a win-or-die attitude every single year. Just because of his presence, he raises the level of everyone's play around him. And you saw what he did last year in the finals versus the Warriors and Curry. He led both teams in points per game, assists per game, and rebounds per games, carrying the team to Game 6 with just backups. And I just feel like that dominance cannot be passed up.
Well, definitely agree with you guys there, but here's my knock on Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook is a great player. There's no doubt about it. Great athlete, gets to the basket. He's a one-man fast break, essentially. But my biggest concern with him is there's a lot of times throughout the game where he's given up the ball, uncostly turnovers multiple times. And another big thing with him is shot selection and not getting his guys involved. His team gets frozen virtually at the end of games. And OKC's problem this year so far and in the past is who do they go to at the end of the game? He doesn't know how to get Kevin Durant involved in clutch situations. And, Durant's just as good in the clutch as Westbrook is. So they don't really know how to balance that out. And if I'm going to pick a guy to really star on my team, I want everybody to be in sync and cohesive with him. And that's my main issue with Russell Westbrook. In regards to LeBron James, yes, he's the best player in basketball. There's no doubt. Curry even knows that. But LeBron's biggest issue for me is that he's almost 31 years old, and he's only got a couple more years left. Steph Curry's game is lifeless. You need a shooter. Anybody could shoot the ball until they're 40 years old, and a guy like Steph Curry could be an asset to anybody's franchise for a lot of years to come.
Well, I would retort with my knock on Curry. Well, not necessarily a knock on Curry because he was right behind Westbrook. But in the 2014-2015 player efficiency rating system, Westbrook was number 2 behind Anthony Davis. Now, I know a lot of people would love to choose Anthony Davis for their franchise, but Westbrook, what he brings to the table in terms of filling the stat sheet is just undeniable. I understand Steph Curry is a great player, and Steph Curry will be a Hall of Famer if he continues to play the way he does. But he is on a team right now. Durant and Westbrook don't seem to be seeing eye to eye. They have a new coach. Something's going on there. LeBron, though, I have to give it to Mark. That's a very good choice because LeBron is not only the best player on your team, but he's probably the best coach on his team. And sorry to David Blatt, but it's pretty relevant.
Yeah, LeBron is a great leader. He's like a coach out on the court with those guys. And the fact you mentioned, he is older. We have Curry's 27. Westbrook is the youngest at 26. LeBron is 30 years old, yes, but he is an athletic specimen I don't think that any professional sport has ever seen before. So I feel like LeBron is not slowing down at all. He's just became the fastest to 25,000 points, and I feel that although maybe some would say he's got a lot of wear and tear on his body, this guy's a machine, and he is hungry for another championship. And if I'm a GM and I want to win right now, I'm taking LeBron.
Yeah, I see your point, but think about this, though. If LeBron or Westbrook gets a major injury, knock on wood they don't, they're not going to be the same players. And we've seen that with Derrick Rose, and if that kind of thing happens, then your franchise is screwed in a sense. But if you have a guy like Steph Curry who is a consistent jump shooter, that doesn't go away. That doesn't go away with injury. That doesn't go away with any sort of wear and tear. And that's my biggest thing for Steph Curry is he's just such a sharpshooter, and you're watching him play these games, and he's taking over. But when he takes over, his guys are still involved. Klay Thompson doesn't miss a beat. Draymond Green doesn't miss a beat. Harrison Barnes, etc. The thing about OKC is you said they didn't really have a team. Enes Kanter's a good player. Steven Adams is a good player. They're not on the level of like a Green or a Harrison Barnes, but those guys are on a similar level where they could get involved. I mean, Kanter last year was a double-double machine. So I think the biggest thing is Russell Westbrook. My knock on him is doesn't get his guys involved all the way, and a lot of guys don't see him in sync while he's playing, and that's why I honestly would take Curry over him.
Well, I'd have to argue back. Like, if he was ahead of Curry in player efficiency rating, and that means for his teammates, he set them up better. He averaged more assists than Curry last season. And again, he is more of a fast-paced, fast-break kind of point guard, but he can also post you up. He can shoot the outside jump shot now. He has developed that thoroughly. He hits his free throws now. He plays every facet of defense. There's nothing that Westbrook cannot do, and there's no player that he can't guard other than the big man, or let's say LeBron. He might even give LeBron some issues. So it's just hard for me to see picking someone other than Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, definitely. I think you guys are making great, great cases for both of your players, but I think it's time we hear from the people. So I'd like you guys to comment below and let us know if you agree with one of us or if you would start your team with a different superstar. So once again, I'm joined by Brad Barlow and Alan Gaines. Our time is up, but we'll see you next time on T360.